Okay, here's something that I hear all the time in discussions about quitting porn. People ask, what are the benefits? What's going to happen if I quit? Is this going to make girls like me, or is this going to make me more motivated, or am I going to accomplish more in life? I heard so-and-so experienced this kind of benefit when he had quit for this long. Is it going to do the same thing for me? I don't know. It's different for different people, okay? There's not a universal list of benefits that's going to be just the same across the board for everybody. Which is kind of exciting because it means you get to figure it out yourself. It's kind of like a mystery box. You never know what you're going to get. And the only way you're going to know what happens for you is to go and quit porn for several months at the very least, hopefully for the rest of your life instead. But for several months and see what happens, see what you notice. But I can't tell you what those changes are going to look like for you. But I can change you. I can change you? No, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't change you. But I can tell you what benefits I experienced, and hopefully that can give you some kind of idea of what you might be able to expect. So, benefits I experienced from quitting porn. Well, for one thing, my porn-induced fetishes went away, which is awesome. And yeah, those are real, porn-induced fetishes, okay? Pornography is not a way to explore your sexuality. It's not a way to find out things about yourself that you didn't know. It's a way to distort your sexuality. It's a way to pervert your mind and change your tastes, really. This is something that it doesn't show you things about yourself, it just corrupts you. And you know this because when you quit porn, these things go away. That's the cool thing. Your brain does heal from this stuff. The changes that pornography causes in your brain can be undone, which is awesome. But yeah, porn-induced fetishes, it's a real thing. I was into some stuff that I do not want to be into, that I don't even want to think about anymore. It's just disgusting to me now. And these were things that were like top of my list as far as sexually, and they would, if I had taken that into my relationship. Fortunately, I quit porn before starting the relationship I'm in right now, but if I had taken that into that relationship, then it would have poisoned it. And you can read about people who have had their relationships poisoned by pornography. For example, there's a great website called Fight the New Drug, and they talk about all kinds of stories from people who have had their relationships poisoned by pornography. And it's really saddening to read, but I can also kind of empathize with that and see, yeah, this is probably how things would have gone down if I had taken that into my relationship. So whether you're in a relationship or whether you plan on being in a relationship at some point, this is definitely something that is, could be huge for you. And if you have supposedly discovered, certain things about your sexuality that you just didn't know before through pornography, then quit pornography. You need to quit pornography, and you'll probably realize that a lot of this stuff isn't actually an inherent part of your tastes, that these are not natural, and they're not a part of you. I was into some stuff that is unrealistic or unhealthy or unnatural, and that was, or dangerous, and it's not something to have lurking around in your mind when you're in a real relationship. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I'll just quit porn when I actually get a girlfriend or whatever. No, that's stupid. Just quit, okay? I'm not even gonna dignify that idea by considering it. It's just so stupid. For one thing, it takes time to reverse these effects, and it can take a lot of time to quit porn, and a relationship is not necessarily going to suddenly deliver you from this addiction. Watching porn is different from being in a relationship, and being in a relationship is not going to serve as just the seamless substitute for your porn addiction and just get you free of that. It's not going to happen, okay? You have still got to quit porn, and there are a lot of people in relationships with very attractive women who are still completely addicted to porn and just can't seem to get out of it. So this is something you need to get started on right now, okay? Today, like as soon as you're done watching this video, like don't watch porn, okay? Just quit now. Seriously, I can't stress that enough. Moving on now, other effects. I saved time. Yeah, that's a stupid, simple one. Well, it's not stupid, it's real. I did save a lot of time quitting porn. When I would watch porn, I wasn't going to do a quickie or anything like that. I was going to try and make it worth it and get as much as I could out of that session. So yeah, I would take my time, and as a result, I lost a lot of time. Time is not a renewable resource. You're never going to get the time back that you waste, okay? It's gone. But the one thing you can do is you can stop wasting more time and take back the rest of your life. So that's a good one, and that's one that's kind of more objective and measurable. That is a universal benefit, and yeah, everybody who quits porn is going to save time as a result. So yeah, I guess I kind of lied. There are some benefits that are universal for everybody, and that is one of them. So keep that in mind there. Another one is life. Life became so much better. Like, it is a beautiful day right now. That is not something that I would have said while I was addicted to porn, because I was just desensitized to the rest of life. And again, this is one that's less universal. There are people who are addicted to porn who have a huge appreciation for nature, who love life, and, well, I mean, that wasn't me. I couldn't look outside and say, wow, that is really beautiful. It just didn't have any appeal to me at all, which sucks because, the world is really awesome, and there's a lot to see in it. And to not be able to appreciate it is just really dull and boring. So yeah, for me personally, quitting porn definitely affected how I experienced life. It made it a lot more fulfilling. It made me like nature a lot more, not so much in a hippie-ish way, maybe a little bit, but I mean, I love life so much more now. It's so much more fulfilling. I'm not desensitized to it like I was before. So for me, yeah, that is a huge benefit. And I've gained so much more fulfillment and pleasure in life from quitting porn than what I lost, or what I felt like I lost through quitting porn. It's just so much more fulfilling this way. I've seen both sides of this. I've been addicted to porn and lived life that way, and now I'm free of porn, living life this way. It is better this way, okay? The grass is greener on this side, and, like, literally, seriously, the world looks so much greener now that I'm free of this. It just seems so much more rich now. Like, literally, the colors seem richer, and that sounds crazy and hokey, but, I mean, yeah, that's how it was for me. That's how it is for me. So that is one of my personal benefits there. Another one is social anxiety. And that's another kind of subjective one. There's a lot of confident people who are addicted to porn. I was not one of them. And when I quit, and part of this was just getting more experience socially, being around people more, learning to interact with people better, but a lot of it was quitting porn too. Pornography affected my mind in ways that were detrimental to my interactions and my relationships with other people. So when I quit, those negative effects started to fade away. And I could tell this because when I was still in the quitting phase, when I would be off porn for a while, then relapse, then be off it for a while, then relapse, I could definitely tell a difference. It was kind of like this switch being flipped back and forth in my mind that would affect how I interact with people socially and how I'm able to connect with them and build those relationships, and how much anxiety I have around people and how confident I am. They were real, noticeable effects. And this is something that a lot of other people have reported too. I don't know exactly how this particular facet of it works, but for me and for a lot of others, yeah, it does work that way. And quitting porn has benefited us enormously as far as our social interactions with other people. So if you're somebody who's antisocial and it's difficult for you to connect with people and build those kind of friendships and relationships, maybe it's hard to hold up a conversation, this may benefit you in that area. It benefited me. And, I mean, like I said earlier, there's only one way to find out. That is to just do it and see for yourself. So, try it out. And stick with it anyway. I mean, quitting porn is worth it. You're not going to miss it as much as you think you will. Another one is my relationship with God. That's a big one. Any kind of habitual sin does kind of create distance between you and God. And it's not that, oh, you took too long to quit porn, so you're not saved. Or, oh, you have this problem in your life, so you're not saved anymore. It's not quite like that. Now, it does say that if we deliberately keep on sinning after having received the knowledge of the truth, then there is no sacrifice left to cover these sins. That's some pretty heavy stuff right there. So, I mean, definitely keep that in mind. This isn't negotiable. You can't just accept your sin. But as far as lesser stuff than that, you're just genuinely struggling with it. Getting free of that really does affect your relationship with God, because your lifestyle, the way you live, what you do, that becomes more in line with God's will. And when you and your life are more in line with God's will, then guess what? You are going to feel a lot closer to God, and you're going to feel a lot more connected with Him. You're going to feel like you're a lot more in step with Him and what He wants, which is awesome. And that does benefit your spiritual life. And your spiritual life is definitely significant. It seems like something that's a little maybe a little more minor to some people, because you don't feel it physically like you do physical pleasure or emotional pleasure. But there's definitely a lot of fulfillment in that, and it's very worthwhile. That's a very worthwhile reason. And I think that's a little bit more universal too. If you're a Christian and you have a relationship with God, then yeah, getting this kind of sin out of your life is going to affect that positively. And that's going to go for all Christians. There was one other one. What have I gone over so far? I've gone over porn-induced fetishes, nasty stuff. Get rid of those. Quit porn. Gone over it saving time. Gone over it making life a lot more fulfilling. Gone over social anxiety. I think that about covers it. Relationship with God. These are all good reasons and great motivators for quitting porn. Again, like I've said in another video, ultimately, obedience to God should be the primary motivator for you. The rest of the stuff is just icing on the cake. The foundation for your efforts should be something eternal and unchanging. Your motives are going to change. You're going to go back and forth between thinking, well, is it really worth this benefit? Is this actually going to make me feel better than watching porn? That kind of stuff, those feelings can kind of come and go. They're great motivators in their own time, but you can't rely on them completely all the time. My opinion is definitely make the foundation for quitting obedience to God. That's what I did. That's what ended up working for me. I knew about a lot of the benefits to quitting porn before I actually got free of it. Ultimately, it was deciding to just be unconditionally obedient to God that really brought me out of that. So, hopefully this is still beneficial to you in some way. Hopefully you can kind of get an idea for what you might be able to expect as a result of quitting porn, an idea of what kind of things porn might be doing to your life. And hopefully that will motivate you to get serious and quit, if you haven't already. So, that's me. That's a chunk of my story there. And hey, if you want to share yours, then yeah, go ahead. Nobody gave me permission to start a YouTube channel and start talking about this kind of stuff. I just decided, hey, I'm going to do it. So, I mean, yeah, I would encourage you guys to talk about this kind of stuff yourself. If you're quitting porn, if you have quit porn, then talk about it and encourage other people to do the same. Try and make some waves here, okay? Sort of chain reaction or something like that. However you want to phrase it. But, first and foremost, the reason we're having this video, stop watching porn. If you do, just stop it, okay? Take it seriously and get this stuff under control. Get it out of your life. Alright. Have a wonderful porn-free day. God bless you guys. And I will talk to you later. Hey, if you like this video, I make more of them. I have a lot more on my channel. I've got a series on how to quit porn. It's all good stuff. So, if you like this video, then check out the rest of that. It's probably better. I feel kind of weird today. I don't know. I feel kind of off, out of my groove. But anyway, lots of other stuff out there. Lots more coming on the way. If you have any questions about any of this, if you want to go in depth about more of this, if you want accountability, or if you want to talk about another facet of this subject, or another subject completely, hey, let me know, and I would love to go over with it, or maybe start addressing that in a video. But yeah, that's about it. Again, have a wonderful porn-free day, and I will talk to you guys later.